Hello and welcome to another video in our multiplayer course. In this video, we will make the menu for the player's data or player's stats. Like when you press tab, you will have the list of the names of the connected players and with the ping and also the other data like the score of the player and the you will get the name, the score and the ping. So let's start by making the UI first. Let's go to the UI here and make a new user interface, user widget. Let's call WBP underscore players stats. We will make two widgets, one for the team deathmatch and the other one for the free for all. This one will be for the free for all. Let me also add this one, free for all. Let's open it. Here what we need is a canvas panel with a scroll box in it. So let's look for canvas panel, put it here, and we need a scroll box. And let's resize this scroll box. First let's anchor it to the middle of the screen. Now let's change its location. Now let's change the size. I'll make it like this. We make it 1800 by 900 or by 1000. Make it 900 better. I will change the position. I'll make it minus 900 on the X and on the Y minus 450 to make it in the middle. And for the scroll box, let's make it as a variable and change its name to player stats. Player stats table. Now we are finished with this UI. We'll need another blueprint like this one, like the server info. So I'll duplicate this one, duplicate it. Let's call it here player info. Let's open it. Now let's just change the let's first delete this join button. We do not need it. We will need the ping and we'll need the name of the player. We will leave it, and here we will need the score, so we'll delete one of these text, and this one change its name to score. And also for the text here, let's go to the graph and delete everything. We do not need all this. Also delete any variable that you do not need. Now after we deleted all the other variables, also don't forget to delete this search result. Do not need it. Now let's go to the player controller. Here, where is the player? Here, the player controller. Here, let me just delete this one. Here in the player controller, what we want to do is that when we press the tab button, the player controller will call a custom event which is local and will be run on client only. This custom event will loop through all the players of that are joined in the game, and it will retrieve the data from these players and then feed it to the UI user interface that we made. So first let's make an input button. Let's go to the input here and duplicate this one, the shoot, because we want it to be boolean type. Let's call it show players stats. Let's open the mapping context and add new mapping here. Let's call find the show player stats. Here the tab button we need, and also we need two triggers, one for the pressed and one for the released, because so that when we press the button and keep pressing it, we will show the user interface, the UI, and if we unpress the button or release the button, then we will hide the widget. Let's go back to the player controller here, input action, show player stats. No, not this one. Input action, show player stats, this one. Let's make a custom event. First, before the custom event, here let's create a widget and let's search for the player starts free for all. Here need self, and here let's add it to the viewport. Players stats free for all. Now here when we press the button, first we need to check if we want to check the game mode first, so or the match type. We need to get the player the game mode. Get game mode. Here get match type. I think we already have the match type here. Well, we do not have it, so now we get here from the player controller. Let's see. Well, let's implement this interface here in the game mode. Here in the class settings, let's look for match, BPI match types. Here get match type. Let's open it and put this match type here. Here on begin play. On begin play, after we set the here on begin play in the game mode, we set the match type here. So now let's go to the player controller and go back there. Where's the player controller? Here. Now after we set the match type in the game mode there, so in the player controller here, just make a place here. Here we need the switch on match type. Here we connect the free for all. Now let's put this in a custom event. Started. This here, connect this the execution pin on the started to the set get match tab and then to the switch. Let's cut this and put it in a custom event. Let's make here a custom event. Call it player client get or show player stats free for all. And make it run on a client, on client and reliable. And here let's paste the widget. Now here after we set the widget, and let's here add it to the viewport. Now after we add them to the viewport, then now we need to fill the information in the widget. How do we do this? First need to get the game state, and from the game state we get the player array, and here we make a for loop for each loop. Here this for each loop we will make the through this for each loop we will make a new widget, create widget. Also owning player is self, and this widget will be the player info, and we need to get this player stats free for all. Get here a copy, and let's look for the scroll box, and what we called it player stats table. Get player stats table here, and add child. Before we add it, we need to fill the data of the widget. How do we fill it? Here get player name, and also here get ping, and here get score. And let's set text for the player name here, and set text for the ping, also set text for the score. Here, this data we get from the player state here. Get ping in millisecond. Put it here in the ping. And get player name. Put it here in the player name. And for this score, we need the interface. We need the interface get score. Let me just find the player state here. And let's make sure that we have the score. We can get the score. Okay, we'll need to get the score through an interface to the player controller. Let's make another interface, or let's go to the score interface. Go back to the blueprints, interfaces. Let's get score. Let's make a new function. Let's call it show score. Show score. We need an output. It will be a float. Let's call it score. Here, let's call show score. It is already implemented there in the player state. So here we set the score. Let me just organize this blueprint. Make it look better instead of a messy blueprint. Now it looks better. Now let's test. First, let's call this custom event here. Show client player stats free for all. And here, when we completed or cancelled, what we do, we need to remove this UI from the parent. This UI here, removed from the parent. Remove from parent. And also we need to clear the for remove it from parent. Let's clear the player stats table. Player stats table. Let's clear it. Clear children. Now let's test. Let me save. Now let's start. Let's free for all, and let's create a game. Here, let me change the tank. Find game. Here also find game. Let's wait and join the game for both. Now you see we have the data for the players. Now let's wait until we transfer. Now we are free for all. Now you see we have the 3 players. Let me go here and see. Also here we have the 3 players, and let me destroy one of the tanks so that I can see the change. Shoot this one also. This one destroyed. Let me shoot this one in the ammo rack also. Well, it's not destroyed. Let me just see. Well, the score did not update. Now let's see why the score did not update. Score is here. Okay, let's see in the player state here if the score is updated. Oh, we forgot to put the score here. Current score is here. Okay, before we retest, what I want to do is I want this custom event to run every half a second to get the updated ping when we continue pressing on the tab button. So let me just move them away. Move this first top of the way here, and let me move this one here, and also let me comment on it. Show player stats. Stats free for all. Now let's create the custom event. I will set timer by event, and the time will be half a second or quarter of a second. It will be looping because I want to continuously update, and then we'll save the timer handle. Let's call it show stats timer, and here let's make custom event. Let's call it show stats. Before we connect, let's first connect this one here, and let's move this, the creation of the widget, move it out because I do not want it to be created every quarter of a second. Put it here. Put it here so it will be created once. And let's connect this one here. Now we'll have updated ping every quarter of a second. Here let's call the let's make sure when we complete we clear this timer. Clear and invalidate timer by event. And let's start again, and here let's select T72 and start hosts 3 players, create, and here I will find join. You see in the lobby here it will always get you the sorry, okay, we forgot to do one important thing. which is we need to clear the children here at the start of the custom event. So let's get player stats free for all, get player stats table, clear children, okay. So that we will start by clearing the children, then we will fill them up again, then when we update it will clear the children again and restart. So now let's host a game and start here, also find and find. Now let's join. Now you see that now the ping is changing and updating. Now you see in the lobby when you press the tab button, it will always give you the stats from the free-for-all, because the default value in the player stats enum is free-for-all. Let me destroy one of the tanks and see the update on my UI. Well, my frame rate is very low. Let me shoot. Maybe I can shoot. Now you see my score is 1 now. Now let me try to destroy another one. Let me shoot again. Maybe I'll shoot the Emerald now. Now the score is 2. You see the score is 2 and the UI is, the ping is updating.